The value of orgasms are how are they processed and felt inside, not how they came to be, and also whether they were welcome or not. Hello, my name is Katyusha, your sexuality coach. Today we are talking about 8 different types of female orgasms. I have an entire video dedicated to this topic, trying to define what orgasm really is. Science have been trying to understand and to define the state of orgasm, but they haven't done a really good job because those fancy definitions are all limited. They don't include the entire variety and variability of what orgasm is. For the sake of this video, I will say that orgasm is a release of sexual tension, and even that is limited, because remember in one of the videos I share how I had a heart orgasm, so there was no genitals or even sexual energy involved. I mean, maybe it's sexual and love all mixed in together, but I was suppressing my feelings for a person for a very long time, and it was all accumulated in the region of my heart. And when I was at the point where I couldn't suppress it anymore, I felt like my heart would explode. I started taking these rapid breaths inside of my chest, inside of my heart, where I exploded and had an orgasm. However, I didn't feel it was sexual at all. How did I know I had orgasm? Well, because I experienced altered state of mind. I forgot about my identity. I surrendered to this feeling. My heart was beating fast, and then I had recovered from it. I mean, it was a legit orgasm. However, it was not in the area of genitals. So even though I said orgasm is a release of sexual energy, that's like the most common way we think of orgasms. But really, it's even vaster than that. Let's just say it's a release of energy where we experience altered state of mind, and we forget about who we are, right? We lose our identity. We surrender to the universal energy. How about that? So science tells us there is only one orgasm, one internal experience of orgasm derived in different ways. Those are the ways we're going to be talking about. And we're going to take a female body as a model, because we women are blessed with our physiology. We have so many different buttons, unlike men, that we can touch, rub, stimulate to derive that internal bliss and ecstasy. I also want to say that if you don't experience or have not experienced all of the array of the orgasms I'm going to be listing, don't think of yourself like, oh, I'm less, or like, oh, I thought of myself as this orgasmic goddess, but I have so much more to learn. Sure, there's always more to learn. And even if you had all of the orgasms that are possible for us, there's still more to learn. There is no limit to the levels of surrender. However, if you only experienced bliss derived by clitoral stimulation or anal stimulation, let's say, and that's it, right? You didn't have like cervical orgasm. Don't think of yourself like, oh, that girl who had a cervical orgasm, she's a master and I'm not. No, it's not how it is. Just know that there are more buttons available to you, but you can be a total goddess just having clitoral stimulation. It's actually the value of orgasms are how are they processed and felt inside, not how they came to be, and also whether they were welcome or not. Number one, the most famous clitoral orgasm. It's easy to derive pleasure from it. You don't have to go inside and search for cervix or anything like that. It's easy to locate. It's easy to derive pleasure. You have to stimulate the external part of your vulva. Clitoral orgasm is also famous to be this quick, short, localized explosion of pleasure. It certainly can be that, but not necessarily. Clitoris is connected to 3 major nerves, and if you learn how to relax and channel that sexual energy throughout and up your body, you can have the most profound orgasms that can last for minutes, or if you want, even hours. Number 2, G-spot orgasm. It is very famous as well, especially nowadays, because it can be accompanied with squirting. And if you type in Google squirting orgasm, people are curious about this gushing, squirting orgasm. Now, it's a learnable skill. You can totally learn it if you want to. So the way to locate your G-spot, you put your fingers in your vagina, and it's located on the interior wall, and you will feel this rugged texture. Now, I'd like to remind that in order to actually feel that rugged texture, a woman has to be aroused, because if she's not, if you enter anything in your vagina before you're ready, you might not be able to locate it. Number 3, A spot. It's another luscious spot inside of the woman's vagina that by stimulating it, you can derive this beautiful orgasm. It's located just past the G-spot area. So it's between the G-spot and the cervix. So if you go past the G-spot, you will feel this like soft, spongy area. And I personally derive more pleasure from stimulating that spot than G-spot, right? But again, we're all different. Number 4, my favorite cervical orgasms is like nothing else, but again, we're all different. Cervix is connected to our vagus nerve, and vagus nerve runs through our entire body, through all major organs. It connects to our throat and all the way to goes to our brains, of course. When you derive orgasm from cervix, it feels like this internal, very, very deep, almost like this slow oceanic wave of pleasure. Yeah, in my book right now, it's my favorite way to derive an orgasm. But if you self-pleasure, it's really not that easy. It's the best when you have a partner. It's the best when I've never had it on my own. It's only when I'm with a partner that I can experience those orgasms. Number 5, my other favorite, anal orgasms. Now, some women and men are blessed to have lots of nerve endings in your anus, but in general, it has lots of nerve endings. And some people have less, so they don't feel as much, or maybe they're just not awoken. And most certainly, limiting beliefs is especially for men. Men, I'm gonna make a separate video about how you should open up your mind, because like we women have so many buttons, and you men have like 2: your penis and your prostate. And a lot of men not even familiar with the prostate and what kind of different sensations and pleasure you can derive from stimulating your prostate. And for that, you need to have something inside of your anus. But I had one boyfriend a long time ago when he was like, no, don't even approach that area. And then he had some wine and he let me approach that area and penetrate that area. He was screaming in pleasure. Like he was like, oh my gosh, back then. But in the morning when he got sober, he was like, I don't want to talk about it, right? All limiting beliefs. Number 6, breast orgasm, by stimulating your breasts, right? For me personally, I never actually had a breast orgasm. I got like so close and then I just can't let go, right? It's all about the ability to surrender, to let go. But I can definitely feel the sensation. It's like, and then I start focusing what I teach you not to do. Like, okay, I'm gonna start having an orgasm, and then I lose it and I don't have an orgasm. So there's plenty of room for me to explore my physiology. But yes, I know women who experience breast orgasms and they say that they feel amazing. Number 7, blended orgasms. So it's when you combine and stimulate few locations to have an orgasm. For example, if you're an aficionado in clitoral orgasms and you're trying to expand your orgasmic potential and have a cervical orgasm, you can, in the beginning, combine. You can locate your cervix, you can start feeling your cervix, but it's quite not enough. It's still a little bit numb. So you actually blend it with clitoral, with your usual way how you used to having orgasms, and then slowly you will be able to orgasm just with cervical stimulation. But it's great to combine sometimes, or if you have an anal sex and you can't quite get there just by deriving an orgasm from anal stimulation, you can stimulate your clitoris, right? It's the easiest way. Clitoris, we know, it's the easiest way to orgasm for women. So you can blend them together in order to expand your orgasmic potential. Number 8, energy orgasms. So we don't need to get physical at all here. In other words, you don't need to use anything to stimulate your genitals. All you need is your mind and the ability to breathe. Focused breathing, right? You inhale in your body, maybe in the area where you feel the sexual turn on, and then you exhale, and then you release and spread it through your entire nervous system, right? Those focused, continuous breaths, and yes, you can help yourself with imagination to envision your lover, whoever turns you on, and with a little bit of practice, you can start learning how to let go and have energy orgasms. You know, the orgasm that I've described in the beginning of this video, that was an energy orgasm. So that love energy was so accumulated in my heart region that just by me rhythmically, steadily breathing into it, I had an orgasm, right? That was an energy orgasm. So let me know what came up for you after hearing this. What types of orgasms have you already experienced? What types of orgasms are you looking forward to start experiencing? Please check my free offerings in the description below. I would love if you subscribe, like it, share it, and comment. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for being here.